yet, and you got Karina and Linda elected.
Woo! Hey, everybody! I love you. You look beautiful from up here. And Mother Nature, thank you for bestowing your snowflakes on us, because we love you too. You showed up because you're pissed off. Now, I'm sorry for the language. Claire, can you wave? Beautiful. This young girl, and also Anna Gibson, I think it's Gibson with the Mothers Against Guns demand. All right, your child is amazing. You're a great father. We're here today for you, and I told you that earlier, Claire. You can be the next president of the universe. Don't stop with the United States, because some other schmuck has it right now and downgraded it. But you, Claire, are the reason we fight. And I don't mean to fight in a way that you want to bully somebody, because I used to do that when I was a little girl. That's not good. You don't bully people. But it was always guys that picked on me all my life. This is what an Army officer looks like, okay? I have gone through transitions in my life, and let me digress. Today, as I stand here, I am the first elected Latina assistant majority leader in the House of Representatives in 200 years. And I want to thank each and every one of my sisters and brothers out there, because it was on your back that I was able to get here. But how shameful that I have to say that I am the first. Because our daughters and our sons are looking to us to find parity in this country. We just don't want to be equal. We want to be parity with what's going on, because we'll never be equal. So men, close your ears. We're a lot better than you. Okay? I want to see you give birth, and then we'll talk, okay? And I always tell women, the men might wear the pants in the house, but who buys them, washes them, irons them, and put them on the damn bed for him, and still conduct politics, business, and run our household? That's how awesome each and every one of you are, and I will fight to the death to make sure someday not only Claire is the president of the universe, but my daughters don't have to stand in line behind a man to feel like they're that much. They can't do it, or they will. They have a second thought or a second doubt. Because I come from a woman who's a cotton picker, who was the very first female Latina real estate broker in Aurora, Illinois, when there were just men in real estate. And they looked at her and they laughed at her. And when she went to the counter and said, I want to open up a real estate firm, they said, oh, Mary Lou, go home and talk to your husband. She goes, no, really, I want to open up a firm and I need the documents. And they're like, well, here's the paperwork. And two men came out from behind, started looking at her, and said, oh, go home and talk to your husband. She goes, no, you don't understand. I'm opening my firm today. They go, well, that's $500. She proceeded to take out 5 $100 bills, slapped it on the ground, said, I'm opening my office today. And not only that, they took bids on how long she would last. My mother today, Mavis, is still in real estate. And that's the daughter she produced. She produced a girl that doesn't see herself as a girl, but a strong woman that when she wants something done, she wants it done now. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Now, so Claire, I sound like I'm mad, but I'm not mad, okay? I'm just anxious. Because I won't let you know. Either standing up here or holding our women on our shoulders, because that's what we need to do. It's your responsibility as women to take up the mantle of power. When you walk into a room, let them know you're there. Because we're so used to taking the back seat and saying, oh, no, let me do that. Oh, let's be quiet. The time is over. It has come to pass that we need a female president of the United States right now. And that could be here in this crowd. So please, it's your responsibility, it's your role to vote, to run for office. I got somebody running for office over here up on the stage because I told her during Christmas. You got to run for office. They have to see us because Claire has to believe that it can be done. Do you believe it can be done? Thank you. I love you. And this is one of the girls I found that I said, you have to run for office. She was just a counselor at a great school. I saw her and I see what's in her. When you see other women like that, hold them on your shoulders. Don't disregard their dreams, because you never know who could be a next congressperson in the future. In the future, Sean, don't worry. In the future, or United States U.S. Senate, or President of the United States, or the very first Latina President of the United States. Karina, LaVia!
don't make me speak after Lauren Underwood. I should have also said, please don't make me speak after Linda, Chapa, LaVia. Hi, everyone! All right, I'm going to speak quickly because we're behind on the program, but I want to give you a little history of my race. So, November 8th, 2016, you remember that day? Yeah. I went to sleep crying. Next few days, I just was in a daze walking around thinking, what's next? What's going to happen to our country? I felt very desperate and very hopeless. As a school social worker, I had to counsel my students who were crying and looking at me with fear of what's going to happen to our families. Then on January 10th, 2017, do you guys remember that day? President Obama got up there and he spoke to us, right, at his farewell speech. I grabbed a box of tissue and I sat down to listen because I needed to hear him tell me what to do. I needed to hear his voice and I needed to hear his wisdom and feel his strength. So he did that. He did that, and what he told me was that we had the power to fix it. That we had the power. And then he told me that I should grab a clipboard, put on my running shoes, and run for office. So, because my president told me to, I ran for state representative. A few days later, on January 20th, it was the presidential inauguration, and on that day, I invited a few of my nearest and dearest friends and family to my house in order to tell them that I was running and tell them that I needed their support. There was a lot of hesitation in the room that day when I announced that to them. The people who I thought were going to be like, yes, absolutely, this is a great idea. A few of them looked at me like I had three heads. Like, what are you thinking? This is a Republican seat, Karina. But I went to sleep that night. I was like, what did I do? I can't believe I opened my mouth and said I was doing that. So the next day I got on the train, and do you remember what happened on January 21st? There was a women's march around the world. So I headed to Chicago. I headed to Chicago that day, and I didn't know what to expect that day. I didn't know what was going to be happening. But on the train from West Chicago, Illinois into Chicago, Illinois, every stop, more and more women kept getting on. And by the time we got there, we couldn't even walk in the train station. And by the time we got to the actual front of the stage where the march was going to happen, we were told, everyone was ready to walk, and we were told we're not marching, the march is off. And why is the march off? Because there's nowhere to walk, there's too many of us. So I remember that day I looked around and I thought to myself, on the worst days of the campaign trail, I need to remember this moment, because I need to remember that I'm not alone. Just like right now, all of you who are running for office, who has their names on a ballot? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, all of those who have put their names on a ballot. I want all of you to remember, on the worst days of your campaign trail, I want you to remember this moment. All of these people right here, you are not alone. You are not alone out there, and we are so proud of you for putting your name on a ballot, because it takes a lot of courage to do that. So, today, as I stand here with my fellow legislators, and a special shout out to the freshmen, I want you to look ahead to 2020, because it's only a short time away, and we need to stay energized, and we need to stay strong. Our victories have already been great, with the passing of Senator Harman's Senate Bill 337. But this took far too long to pass, and we have to keep moving forward. I know that it's exciting times, but at the same time, what happened yesterday on the news, when a 17-year-old gets shot 16 times and his murderer is only going to serve 81 months, we know we still have a lot to do. Laquan, we're going to keep working, and we're never going to forget. So, last final thoughts are, my dad, when he found out I was running for office, he was my #1 biggest supporter, and he looked at me and he said, Mija, surround yourself by women, because one woman is going to do the work of 10 men. And he was right.